911 emergency.
Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Ready or Not video. In this video, we're going to be discussing features as well as changes regarding the most recent update for Ready or Not. Now, most recently, we received a content patch that presented many new features, including new maps, new firearms, which have all been an amazing addition, and the community definitely appreciates having more variety. I definitely believe one thing that keeps tactical shooters like Ready or Not afloat are consistent map updates as well as new additions like firearms, AI changes, etc. We also got some major lighting changes or graphical upgrades, which altered a multitude of different maps and definitely makes everything look much better in terms of quality. As far as firearms are concerned, the M4A1 was swapped out for the Mark 18. We got a few SMGs, or a handful of SMGs rather, and a new pistol. I think it's important to take a step back and analyze the new Ready or Not update after getting a good amount of time to experience it. There are many details regarding the new features that I could go into, however, I want to get to the pressing point of creating this video. AI within Ready or Not has been a major topic of discussion within the player base. With the recent patch, the suspect as well as civilian AI received hefty improvements and impressionable changes. Suspect AI now have much more noticeable animations when it comes to transitioning from low ready to fully aiming, as well as holding the firearm at their side and transitioning to a firing position. This massively improved the immersion and made the AI seem much less robotic and twitchy when engaging in a firefight. Previously, they used to heavily snapshot you and spam you through walls like they had aim hacks. It's good to know that most of these issues have been ironed out. However, it definitely seems like there are some further work that needs to be made on the new AI. I've noticed they like to consistently do this odd pivot with their feet where they sort of turn with their gun aiming at a wall, slowly transitioning to your direction. With this, I noticed that the use of force is severely inconsistent at times. Suspects will obviously be pointing or making an aggressive maneuver with their firearm, and the game doesn't recognize this as proper use of force. Now, realistically, this can all be ignored because in reality, we all know that use of force engagements are judged through a court proceeding, and it can be very difficult to dictate what's actually considered a good use of lethal force through a game standpoint. However, it should be somewhat consistent as to what's obviously a good use of deadly force. For example, if a suspect is aiming at me or turns to take cover, or maybe he's moving towards a civilian, if that firearm is up, I think we can all agree that he's in combat mode and he wants to fry some bacon, for lack of a better term. He wants to shoot your SWAT team. In light of recent improvements though, I'm glad we are where we are with the new AI changes. It definitely makes the game feel much more immersive, and it's nice not to get aimbotted anymore. However, there does need to be some further improvements. Now, we did receive changes which mostly addressed a lot of AI issues. However, SWAT AI has yet to be touched. The game is in a really bad state for those who ideally enjoy playing the game for solo or a single player experience. SWAT AI has always been pretty spotty, and I believe they even reduced the SWAT AI accuracy at the beginning of the patch, and I think it was just for supporters for some time, which made things even worse. SWAT, for example, would fail to hit the easiest shots on suspects and they'd pretty much just be brain dead. I think this was fixed up pretty recently. However, I did take a good look while playing single player with the SWAT AI, and I noticed a handful of things that continues to add to the list of awful SWAT AI behavior. SWAT will typically do the following: glitch and twitch out when restraining suspects and civilians, get stuck together or phase into each other when entering a room, avoiding paths or taking weird paths when it's unnecessary, staring at walls after clearing a room and not watching any thresholds like doorways or closed doors, not properly watching rear security or plugging open thresholds, standing in the doorway while flashing a room, as well as improper and insufficient room clearing. Example for this is not alternating directions or clearing the entirety of the room, sometimes even stopping within 5 feet of inside a room. It is worth noting here that sometimes the SWAT team will stop and wait for the element leader, i.e. yourself, until they continue clearing the rest of the room, but it seems like quite frequently they do like to stop inside the room and not clear it. consistently. They also like to move past other SWAT AI, their muzzles, or their barrels, and they like to flag each other. With this, consistently not checking behind closed doors when clearing, robotic snapping on suspects when engaging in combat. Now, all of these things I have just mentioned happened to me within one single player session, all within the span of about 5 minutes. Now, it's apparent that with the current single player experience for Ready or Not, it is lacking heavily. The next major area of improvement for the game would be the SWAT AI, in my opinion. They 100% could benefit from having a team with experience go through room clearing procedures to accurately create an immersive AI. I don't know how difficult this would be or how time consuming, but a little bit of effort needs to be made to increase the immersion of the SWAT AI perspective, especially for those that do like to have a single player experience. Last thing I'd like to bring up is changes to Cherryessa Farm. I love the way Cherryessa looks with the new lighting. It is now in a daytime, I guess, setting, and daytime farm is definitely beautiful looking. However, I do feel like they need to re-implement a nighttime variant for Cherryessa Farm. Maybe the raid scenario can be changed to nighttime while leaving the barricaded suspect variants daytime. One of the main features about having that map and what made it difficult was the fact it was nighttime. It was probably the best map to run night vision on as well. Many agree with me on this, and many other people have brought it up, and I agree with them as well. It would definitely be nice if we could get multiple night and day variants for other maps as well. For example, Ridgeline. They had a screenshot of Ridgeline, or I guess Sullivan Slope, whatever you'd like to call it, and it was in a nighttime type variant. So it would be cool to see that in like a different mode. Anyway, that's going to be everything I wanted to touch up on. I'm sure there's a few things I sort of left out, but I feel like we mentioned the bulk of what was needed to say in this video. The new update's awesome, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I can't wait to see what type of updates they bring next, but I 100% think that the SWAT AI needs to be the next heavy focus for sure. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. I always greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you're interested in joining kind of like a SWAT simulation type group or a milsim group, I've got a unit that I have created. We've gotten a lot of new members, and I'd love to bring in some more people. Join the community Discord, my official Invictus, Twitch, and YouTube Discord. If you request a Ready or Not role, you'll be able to get access to the Ready or Not channel, and you'll see in there, I think I just posted it the other day, I'll probably post it again, but we have an application where you can apply to be part of our unit, and it's a completely different Discord and everything like that too. We have a lot of fun, and we definitely like to have you. Either way, that's gonna be everything. Thank you guys so much again, and we'll see you in the next video.